Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Are you all there? I see some people in the chat, but you never know with these things if the sound is on. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, or if you can see me. I'm not getting any responses. Why not? Nobody can see me? Huh. Oh, sound is good? Oh, yes. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, good. Sorry. I thought everything was working. Okay, so we're good, right? Okay, so thank you for coming out today. Hello. Hello, JC from England. Hi, Mark, Pitt. Couple of Marks. John, Starfire. All right, we got a good number of people here. Maria. So guess what we're going to do today? We are going to talk about some of the discoveries from archaeology and history that were just announced this month. Yeah. Would you believe that even in a single month, we can learn a lot of new things? Yeah, archaeology is constantly changing. History is constantly changing, updating every year. And each month we get new announcements about some of the great things that have been found, and we revise our history again, which is, I wanted to make this point because for some reason, some people think that, oh, those historians, those archaeologists, they never want to change. But we're always changing constantly. So we're going to look at some of the things that were just announced this month in October that I think were particularly exciting. And there are many more things that were announced, but I'm just picking out the ones that I thought were really cool. Okay, so we're just going to look at some of the news articles about some of the things, and then we're going to look at some of the pictures. How does that sound? All right? Okay. Let's present my screen here. And we're going to go to our first article. And this one was announced near the beginning of the month, but it was particularly exciting. And where is it here? That's not it. Where is it? It's not showing up on my thing. Wow. Oh, here it is. Okay. Can you all see that? New rooms discovered in Sahura's Pyramid. You see that? This is one of the coolest things ever. And I think whenever there's something discovered in a pyramid, everybody gets excited. Now, I don't know if you know much about Sahura. This is an Egyptian pharaoh from the 5th dynasty. This is still the Old Kingdom, okay? This is very old. And there were people that had gone under that pyramid a long time ago, a few times. But it was all caved in and everything. It was very hard to find anything. And the layout of the pyramid was very much up in the air. Well, there's been some recent work done here on the pyramid. And if you take a look, in case you're wondering who is behind it all, the archaeologist in charge is Mohammed Ismail Khaled. And this is all done through JMU from Germany. This is an Egyptian-German mission. And if you see here, we got some pictures. So here's Sahura's Pyramid. I don't know if you remember, I did a video on Abu Sir. That's where this is recently. And here are some of the images from inside the pyramid. Unfortunately, that's as big as they're going. But it's pretty cool. Now they had to refurbish it as they went into it, right? Because it was all caved in. So it's not only an excavation, but it's also a restoration as they're going through it. Now, they didn't announce any special things like finding an open sarcophagus or anything like that. But they are finding storage rooms down there, and work is still ongoing. But this is a really cool article about the Sahura Pyramid. And they use modern technology, 3D laser scanning, with a ZEB Horizon portable LiDAR scanner from GeoSlam. Yeah, so they were using advanced technology to find the hidden chambers. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, Glenn is here. Hi, Glenn. Glenn is my moderator, so don't mind Glenn. He will be just making sure that everything is going smoothly over there in the chat. They just announced the pyramid will be open to the public soon, says Hazem. Did they? That would be fantastic. Can you imagine being able to go down there on tour? Oh, well, if that happens, I'm going to go back. That's definitely for sure. All right. So let's take a look at another really cool announcement. So I got to keep changing the screen here. So let's do the next one. Stop that screen, and we'll change it to the next one. And this is another cool discovery. Laser mapping reveals hidden structures in the Amazon with hints at thousands more. Yeah, now you might say, well, that's not archaeology. Yes, it is. It's a kind of archaeology. Okay. Model predicts where ancient people built ditches, wells, and geoglyphs throughout the rainforest region. Okay. This is one of the great things about LiDAR, right? You can do scans and find things from above that you wouldn't be able to notice from down on the ground. Okay. So we're talking about the Amazon rainforest. You know how hard it is to get down into there? Yeah. But we know that people lived there in the past. So there was a new study here that gave data about the rainforest and what was there. LiDAR, an airborne laser mapping technology, has revolutionized archaeology in recent years. It allows researchers to see ancient human-made structures covered by soil and dense vegetation. You probably heard about that recently. A couple of years ago, they were doing it in Mexico. Well, now they've done it in the Amazon rainforest, and they have found what? Human-made earthworks, ditches, geoglyphs, ponds, and wells with geometric shapes, some up to 1,500 years old. So that's pretty cool. The ancient people who created these earthworks are also domesticated trees and crops, transforming the landscape and cultivating patches of dark, fertile earth. So anyway, this is the first step, of course, in the study of this region. First, you do the LiDAR, and then you can go in and you can do work on the ground. So showing a little bit about the how the LiDAR penetrates below the vegetation. It's pretty cool. So another amazing announcement, and I've heard some people talking about it too. You want the seeds. Many more pyramids to find in the jungle, says Scram. Maybe. I'm not sure about the Amazon rainforest if there's pyramids there, but there definitely have been some found in Mexico through LiDAR. Absolutely. Does this process work for other terrain or just tree cover? I think it works for other terrain. The Black Sea bed and Gulf of Arabia would be good areas to try. I'm not sure how well it does underwater. It might do great. I don't know. I'm not a big LiDAR expert, but it would be great if they could scan underwater. And I'm sure if they don't have the technology now, they will have it soon. Yeah. All right. Want to hear about another one? Okay. So let's do this one here. Yeah. Maybe you heard about this recently because it's fairly new. Announced on the 26th. Archaeological dig in Iraq unearths ancient winged sculpture. Yes, this is called a lamassu. This creature is called lamassu. And does anyone know what culture we're talking about when we're speaking about a lamassu? Do you know? Huh? Shout it out in the chat if you know. No ideas? Assyrian. Yes, that is correct, Brent. Assyrian. So we're looking at images of this giant, it's kind of like an Assyrian-style sphinx. It's a protective deity, a lamassu. And it's got the head of a human. It's got the body of a bull, sometimes a lion. It's got wings. Okay, it's a sphinx-like character. And they put him usually at the like in palaces and all that. When you're entering in, they're protecting the palace. You'll see them on either side of the entranceway or something like that. But this particular lamassu didn't have a head, and the reason it didn't have a head is because I don't remember where I read it here, but some people found it in the ground and they saw the head, and they dug out the head and they just broke off the head. And I think it's in a museum in Europe, the head. And they went back, looked for the body, the archaeologists did, and they found the rest of the body. So now they can reunite the two parts and put the lamassu back together like Humpty Dumpty. So that's pretty cool. But this happens sometimes. Looters go in, they find things, and then they try to steal it and sell it and all of that, which is terrible. But that's what happened in this particular case, I believe. The lamassu weighs 18 tons. Yes, 18 tons. Just to give you an idea of where that stands, the average weight of one of the blocks in the Great Pyramid of Egypt is about 2.5 tons. So this is much heavier. The Assyrians could move it, though, and that's cool. Yeah, there's even a video here that you can check out if you want. Oh, by the way, after the stream is over, I'll put links all under the video, and then you can go look at the news of these various items. That sounds okay. The head is in Baghdad. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. The head is in Iraq. My mistake. It's in a museum in Iraq. You're right. I was wrong. You jogged my memory on that. Yes. Okay. Let's take a look at the next one here. I'm going to switch over again. And we're going to look at another one I thought was pretty cool. And that is, where'd it go? Yes, this one I just shared on Twitter the other day. 2,000-year-old tomb of Cerberus with stunning frescoes discovered in Italy. This is near Naples. You can see the outside of the tomb here and some of the artwork inside the tomb. You might be surprised, you're like, that doesn't look like Roman art. Well, Roman art had varied styles, just like we do today. And yeah, so it's a little more cartoony. It even has kind of a medieval feel to it. But yeah, this is a 2,000-year-old Roman tomb found in Giuliano, Campania, near Naples. So these are early estimations as to the date, but it's about 2,000 years old. It was sealed with a tough slab, and there were all these frescoes inside when they got in. Here's a little bit better picture. And there's Cerberus right there. Here's the outside. So now they're calling it the Tomb of Cerberus. Of course, who is the three-headed dog? I guess that's all for the pictures. So that's another one I thought was really interesting. And by the way, with a lot of these discoveries, they're just coming in now. We may not know the full significance of them until later. Yeah, that's why I'm sharing with you both archaeological discoveries and historical discoveries. When I say a historical discovery, I'm talking about us going back and looking at things and studying it and learning some history from it. So it could even be with things that were discovered, a few years ago, but they're doing work on it, and now new revelations have come about. So let me give you an example of that, okay? All right. So let's take a look at what would be a good example of this? Yeah. Oh, those ones are good too. Okay, I'm going to save that for a little bit. We got some good ones coming up. Okay. Well, let's take a look at, yeah. Okay. This is one you may have heard of. Researchers use AI to read words on ancient Herculaneum scroll burned by Mount Vesuvius. Now, I want to show you another picture first, okay? So take a look at this. Herculaneum, I don't know if you're aware. Everybody's heard of Pompeii, right? Well, Herculaneum is another city that got destroyed by the volcanic eruption. And what do they find there? Amongst other things, charred scrolls like this one, which, I mean, we've had them for a little while, but, you know, look at it. Is there any way we could possibly open that scroll and read it? No, right? How could you possibly do that? However, we now have the technology. Yeah. So I don't know if you've heard of the Vesuvius Challenge. Happened this month. And the challenge was they're going to give a prize, $40,000, if you can read more than 10 characters in a 4 square centimeter area of papyrus. Okay. And a graduate student at the Free University of Berlin got second place at 10,000. Who got first place? Ferrator. What's the full name? Ferrator. Oh, here it is. No. Why aren't they naming the person here? Just the last name is... Oh, Luke. Luke Ferrator, University of Nebraska-Lincoln, from the U.S., developed a machine learning algorithm that has detected Greek letters on several lines of the rolled-up papyrus, including the word porphyros, meaning purple. Yeah. And then you have a little bit of the scan right up here. Now that's cool. And we're only going to learn more, right? I think that's a great idea to do it as a challenge, and then that motivates people to do it, and then things get done. Yeah. You wonder the accuracy of it. Well, I mean, look at this. Look at the scan. You can pretty much make out the letters. Now, some of the letters obviously are harder to see, and that's where there's more room for error. But some of them are quite clear. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go to another one here. I'm just looking at your comments to see if you have any questions about any of this or any interesting comments. But anyway, if I didn't see your comment, I apologize. I'm just kind of going through the information. Okay, so let's take a look at another. Again, this is all from October. Okay, this one you probably heard of. Now, this is a little bit before my time. I do ancient history, and this is prehistory, but I just did a video on Göbekli Tepe, so we might as well talk about this. This is from Karahan Tepe, 11,000-year-old statue of a giant man clutching his penis unearthed in Turkey. Boy, times don't change, do they? 7.5 foot tall, and it's limestone, I believe. And a human-like sculpture was found. Oh, look at this. Live Science edited it so you can't see the penis. Well, it's on the internet elsewhere. I guess I should have picked a site with a full picture of the body, but here we go. Karahan Tepe. I don't know if you saw my latest video, but this is, 11,000 years old. A huge 7.5 foot tall sculpture. Pretty exciting. So what we're talking about is 8,700 to 8,200 BC. So, yeah. I'm sorry. This is a wild boar. I'm going to show you that one next. Yeah. Well, they're both from the same time period, so I guess it doesn't matter. But it's 11,000 years old. Yeah. Yeah, the other one is the wild boar. Let me show you that one. That's from Göbekli Tepe itself. And that one I have right here. So you can see the wild boar sculpture from Göbekli. These were announced the same week, so it's kind of interesting. They're finding more things at both of these sites ongoing because there are active excavations at both places, and they're continuing to pull things out of the ground. So this is a really exciting time for this area in Turkey. Yeah, so here's a wild boar. Done pretty well, really, when you think about it, how long ago this was. Graham Hancock also talked about this on Joe Rogan. Oh, yes. I've been watching. I haven't finished it yet. I was wondering if Graham was going to mention the video I just made addressed to him. And he did allude to it. He didn't mention me, but he did allude to it, and he was highly dismissive of it. Didn't really say much. He just, oh, they just showed a bunch of old dry stone walls. You know, what does that mean? So, but yeah. Yes, it is, Maria, amazing about the results of the Herculaneum Scroll challenge. Yes. Do a history video on Israel-Palestine. I was thinking about that. I mean, it's obviously timely. So that might be coming down the pike. The boar looks so good. Was it a statue of Gary Busey? Maybe. I'd love to see you on JRE. Well, I tried. I don't know if anyone knows this, but Graham Hancock challenged both me and Flint Dibble to debate him on Joe Rogan, and we both said yes. And then Graham picked Flint. So I didn't get to debate him. But maybe in the future. But I'm looking forward to the Flint Dibble debate. It got postponed. It was supposed to be this month, but it got pushed to April. But I'll be looking forward to seeing that. And I was thinking of, by the way, doing maybe as a prelude to that, doing a blow-by-blow of previous debates Graham Hancock did with others. That might be fun. That boar looks delicious. Oh, well, I think it would be hard on the teeth. Big Tex. Okay. Well, is that all we have? No, we've got a lot more. I've got a lot more discoveries I got to show you that you're going to blow your mind. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next one. All right. Oh, this one I found on a Facebook post, so I'm going to share that with you. Okay. Now you might say, oh, this is in Czech. Well, the great thing about Google is you can translate it to English. Yes. It's in here twice. It's in two different languages, but this is about a Czech archaeological mission in Egypt. Okay, that's why it's written in Czech. And this was posted by the Czech Institute of Egyptology. Oh, I guess now that I look at the date, it's late September. Close enough. Okay. Yeah, a Czech expedition working in the archaeological area between the pyramid fields in Abu Sir and Saqqara. Abu Sir and Saqqara, if you don't know, are near each other. Made a rare discovery. During the 2022 and 2023 research seasons, I guess they translated this wrong. The expedition located and explored the lost tomb that belonged to the high official Hatshepsut, living in the period of the 25th and 24th centuries BC. This was now, I should say this was formally discovered, okay, back 160 years ago by Auguste Mariette, partly discovered, okay? He got up into part of the tomb. Well, they finished exploring it. Now, all kinds of new stuff was found down there. This is during the reign of Neosera, which is 5th dynasty. Okay, this is Old Kingdom. So during the excavations, the extensive 42-meter long and 22-meter wide above ground part of the mastaba was fully revealed and documented. This included a relatively well-preserved chapel with painted decoration in the entrance, 2 serdabas, those are rooms for statues, and a long access corridor. So it's a pretty large tomb. They also, in 2023, excavated the burial chamber. And it had already been looted, as is often the case with these. And there was this partially open sarcophagus. And it contained the mummy of a dignitary still lying on his back. I don't know if they mean the dignitary or a dignitary. Do they mean Hatshepsut or somebody else? Sometimes coffins get reused. Well, it's an Old Kingdom mummy. They're saying it's an Old Kingdom mummy. You know, I guess it was him. It was definitely him. So they found his mummy. It was partly opened. Interesting. The looters must have taken the goods out of the sarcophagus, but not the body. There's no pictures here, but we'll have to go look for that. But the tomb of Hatshepsut, so that's pretty great. Why can't you go on Joe Rogan all by yourself, Dr. Miano? Well, I've tried that too, but you write in and the producer has to vet you and all that, but I don't think I'm big enough, okay? They've had other YouTubers on there, but they're bigger than me, and they also they talk about things that Joe likes. I don't think I talk about things that Joe likes. I don't think he's even had an archaeologist on there yet. Has he ever had an archaeologist on the show? I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Any idea what pharaoh he was working under? Brent asks. Yeah, it says, where is this? It says, I saw it here somewhere. Oh, here it is. He lived during the reigns of 6 kings of the late 4th and 5th dynasties. Menkora, Shepseskaf, that's Userkaf, Sahura, Neferekara, and Neusera. Yeah. He died at the age of at least 65. Old Kingdom reliefs and inscriptions are beautiful to watch. They sure are. Time to start lifting and weed. That'll get me on the show, right? Yeah. You stop watching Joe because he's too woke. Oh, okay. Just say if new proof aliens built Atlantis and you'll get booked immediately. I might. All right, let's take a look at another interesting discovery. I'm curating these all for you, because sometimes it's hard to find them. You don't know what websites to go on, and they're mentioned on a bunch of different websites. So, yeah. So what am I looking for here? I'm looking for. Oh, speaking of conspiracies, people love this kind of stuff. Okay. Declassified CIA satellite spy program reveals lost ancient Roman forts. Whoa. Yes. People love declassified CIA documents, don't they? And what are we looking at here? Do you know where these were taken? Oh, yes. This is from the CIA, taken in the 60s and 70s and 80s. High-resolution images, okay, taken by satellites from the U.S. military program, okay, and it's over the Middle East, basically. We're looking at Arab countries and Iran. Oh, Syria and Iraq. Sorry, got the countries wrong there. Syria and Iraq. And so we see these satellite. So what does that tell you, everybody? Roman forts in Syria and Iraq. Now, you might not be surprised about Syria, okay, because everybody knows the Roman Empire had Syria for a while. Of course, they're going to build forts. But Iraq? Let's test your history here. Does anyone know of a time when the Romans controlled Iraq? Huh? Wow, must be from Trajan's time. Yes, you are correct. It is from Trajan's time. The Emperor Trajan conquered Mesopotamia. Now, the Romans didn't hold it for very long, but the ones that are in Iraq must have been built around this time. Yeah. So that'll be really cool to find out more about this. Now, I don't know how easily it is to get into these, but Iraq has been opening up to archaeology. I even know of people who go there on trips. Tourists go to Iraq now. And by the way, I'm thinking of going there myself. So if I do, maybe it'd be possible to check out the remains of some of these forts. But yeah, so I thought this was a really cool discovery. Again, this is an example of something we had. Okay, it wasn't like archaeologists went there this year and found it. We had it. It was in the files somewhere. It's been released, and now we get some really cool new archaeological information. So yeah, I like it. Anything else in this article I wanted to highlight? Here's some more photos. Okay, so lots of Roman forts. Now, you might be asking yourself, how do you know a rectangle is a Roman fort? Well, you can tell from the designs, the shapes of structures if they fit into a certain category. So you can tell, for example, a Parthian building from a Roman building or a Sasanian building. They had their own unique characteristics, and that's how they're able to tell that they're Roman. Yeah. And this was done from Dartmouth College, analyzing these. Researchers Jesse Casana, David Goodman, and Carolyn Verwerda did the work on this. So historians is what I'm saying. Historians are working on the CIA documents. Yeah. So that's cool. All right, let's take a look at another one. What does that have to do with archaeology? Oh, I'm sorry, you're talking to somebody else. Oh, yes. Okay, I understand now. Okay, yes. Thank you for all you're doing. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I can't do this channel without audience support. Oh, speaking of which, should I do a little plug? If you can help out the channel with a contribution today, it certainly would be much appreciated. This is a little banner here. Super chat, super sticker, or super thanks, all would be very much appreciated if you can help out. You might not like the channel for some reasons, but like it for others, I don't know. If you think, oh, the debunking part, that's good work, I want to support that, fine. Or if you just like the other stuff, like what I'm doing right now, or the travel videos, whatever you like. But I can't do the channel without you. I'm trying to live full-time off of this channel. And ads don't cover everything, so your support is definitely appreciated. All right. Any recommendations on the safest way to go to Iraq? Well, I haven't looked into it yet, Mark. But if I do a travel video there, I'll tell you everything you need to know. Absolutely. The advertisements on your page really have me creating theories about you. I don't choose the advertisements, okay? Whatever commercials come up, that is not me. That's some advertiser thinking, well, what would be a good video to put my commercial on? They might not even know me. Yeah. Didn't an astronaut find sunken treasure boats while orbiting the Earth and take pictures of them? I don't know. Is that true? I can't verify that. I am not aware of this. They're probably not ancient boats, but I wonder what would be the best way to debate Hancock. I doubt he wants to change his mind about Atlantis, but perhaps his readers may. That's really the main reason why you debate, right? In a debate, the person that you're debating is almost never going to admit defeat, okay? They might make a concession or two. And if I'm in a debate and I realize I'm wrong about something, I'll say it. Sometimes people realize later that they made a mistake, and then they'll acknowledge it. But most people do not. So why do you debate? You debate for the audience. You let the audience decide, and then, So that's why you do it. And I'm willing to do it. But the only people that want to debate me are just like random people in the comments. I don't get any actual known people that want to debate me. But I'm working on it. Does Hancock even do debates? As far as I know, he's only done 2 debates. One with Zahi Hawass, which was aborted. It didn't even get started. And the other one with Michael Shermer, who is not an archaeologist or a historian. He's just a skeptic, and he just spoke in generalities. So this debate with Flint Dibble will be his first real debate with an archaeologist. So that will be really cool to see. And I think that's in April. Yeah. I love your collaborations with History Time. Thank you. That was a little while ago. I'd love to do another one with them. But thank you very much, Maria. Hancock doesn't know enough to debate. You don't have to. Okay. That's the interesting thing about debate. You don't really have to know that much if you're a decent debater, okay? Because rhetoric goes a long way in debates. Just watch a presidential debate, okay? What do they actually say? Very little, okay? But the way you do it, the comebacks, the one-liners, all of that goes a long way. Anyway, you can contribute talking points for Mr. Dibble. Actually, Flint is discussing not only with me, but with other people about things that he could bring up during the debate. So he is definitely open to contributions. Yeah. All right, let's look at another archaeological discovery, shall we? from this month. Oh yes. Okay. New dating of cave art reveals history of Puerto Rican people. You didn't think I'd be talking about Puerto Rico today? Ah, but I am. Yes. So there are caves in Puerto Rico, cave art on the rock walls. Here's an example right here. Oh, wow, this is a very large image. So there's an example of some Puerto Rican cave art, and it has recently been redated. Yes, with new technology. Oh, can you see that? Oh, no, you can't see it. I can only see it because it went up in a different. Oh, sorry. It went up in a different screen. So you can only see the small ones. Sorry about that. But anyway, here's some examples of the cave art here. I just want to make sure you can see some of it. Yeah, you can. Okay. It's small. I know it's small on your screen. I apologize. But that's some Puerto Rican cave art. And the new dating system is taking the pigments from the drawings. Okay. In Puerto Rican caves, there are 3 types of art: petroglyphs, pyroglyphs, drawn from burnt remains of objects, and pictographs, or cave drawings. Okay. And the pictographs are an organic black material perfect for radiocarbon dating. So they radiocarbon dated it, and it comes out to between 700 and 400 BCE. Okay. So I think they thought it was a little bit more recent than that, but now they know it's older. Okay. 700 to 400 BCE. That's the Archaic age in the Caribbean. Yeah. So another example of things we knew were there. We knew about the cave art, but we have new knowledge about the cave art. So that's cool. Oh, okay, Jason. Check. We'll see you later. The most deadly American rattlesnake is the real PR rattlesnake. Must be an inside joke. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at another one. Oh, didn't they find a cemetery? Well, hey, don't get ahead of me now. All right. Let's look at something from Egypt, shall we? Yes. Here we go. New Kingdom Cemetery reveals ancient Egyptian secrets. Yes. So there's an archaeological find disclosed on the 15th at El Gorefa, which is near Minya. Tuna al Gabal. Hey, I was there. Well, that's actually one of the places they wouldn't let me into. But yeah, near Minya, I was there on my trip. And they found a New Kingdom cemetery from the Nome. The Nome is the province, ancient Egyptian province, said Mustafa Waziri. Waziri, by the way, is the Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities. He's like the new Zahi Hawass, okay? Yeah, look at this. Look at this mummy. Really good shape. Look at that. New Kingdom, this is. They found 25,000 statues depicting ancient Egyptian deities and Ushabti figurines. I don't know if you know those little figurines that they put in their little servants for the dead. Canopic jars, amulets, mummy masks. Okay, a papyrus of the Book of the Dead. We've got several copies of that already, but 13 to 15 feet long. Lots of cool stuff. And then they found the daughter of the high priest Jehuti. Jehuti is a well-known person. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, they found Jehuti, but I think either Jehuti is a common name in Egypt, which it probably is, or I already knew about this overseer. But anyway, him and his daughter, they found their tombs. So that's pretty cool. Here's some of the Ushabtis here. Check out Anubis. New Kingdom, just if you want to know about dates here, the New Kingdom ran from about 1500 to 1000 BCE. Some masks, goddess figurines, some canopic jars. And that's where they had the announcement. So that's pretty cool, huh? They are finding things in Egypt all the time, all the time. There's so much under the ground there. They haven't even gotten started. There's way, way more to find. So things are just going to keep opening up, and that's really cool. Oh, Alberto, thank you for the super sticker. Very much appreciated. Oh, did I have some more? I think I had some more from people. Thank you so much. Andy, Tulila, Salome, thank you very much. Appreciate those. Sorry if I missed anybody. Yes, the channel very much is grateful for any of that. Okay, let's look at another one. How about this one? Hidden colors and intricate patterns discovered on the 2,500-year-old Parthenon marbles from ancient Greece. Everybody talks about the Parthenon marbles, right? Mostly we've been talking about what country they should be in, okay? But there's been some work done on the Parthenon marbles, okay? You know, you see the Parthenon marbles, you say, oh, they're all white. Isn't that beautiful? And then you imagine ancient Greece with these beautiful white temples and white this and white that. Guess what, everybody? They were painted. Yes. So they made a study of these. How did they do it? Trying to figure out what technology they used here. Well, anyway, they found traces of the pigments. That's strange. I thought it would have explained exactly the process. But anyway, they discovered paint, remains of paint on the marbles. They're so, you can barely see them because they've been worn out so much, but they're there. Blues, whites, and purples once covered statues. We know this already from other things that have been discovered. But yeah, here too. So imagine, if you will, oh, it was published in antiquity? Maybe that's why. That might have some better stuff in here. Oh, nope. It's behind a paywall, so you can't see that one. Okay. But anyway, yeah, so they found paintings. So that means in any reconstruction, if you're ever going to do a 3D reconstruction of ancient Greek temple or whatever, the Parthenon, make sure you make it colorful, because it was full of colors. All of the characters and their clothes and everything were all painted very colorfully at the time. Now you might say, oh, I don't know if I like that as much. Maybe not, but it was the style of the time. Yeah. I wish we would just give them back to Greece. We could copy them by now. Yeah. Dr. Miano, your opinion on Curtis Ryan Woodside? The name is unknown to me. Maybe it's something I should know, but I don't know who that is. Curtis Ryan Woodside. Am I out of it? Maybe I'm totally out of it. Luminescent technology, Ron? Thank you. Luminescent technology. Thank you. When you're live streaming, sometimes, you're looking through it real fast. You can't see. Yes. All right. Let's take a look at something else. How about this? Excavations at Curzet Castle unearthed 2 cuneiform inscriptions and a new Urartian Susi temple. So you can see a bit of it there. Now this is in the Van province in eastern Turkey. Okay, and I don't know if you've heard of Urartu, but Urartu is an ancient kingdom that existed back in, this is 2,800 years old, okay? And there was a temple here, and here's part of the temple, okay? And they found 2 cuneiform inscriptions, and here we go. I mean, this is not just some little dinky inscription, everybody, okay? This is a major inscription. Look at the size of that thing, okay? Carved right into this stone. And this is from a tower, I believe. It's I hope I'm not mispronouncing the name here. Sabahattin Erdogan. Okay, that's the professor that's been working here. They found the Urartian Temple. Okay, and the temple is a tower-type Susi temple, which we call rizarit, which is a buttress. Before starting the excavations, there was a citadel extending from north to south and a structure at the southern end. We observed 2 buttresses in the southeast and southwest. They were part of the temple. We initially identified a cuneiform block on the temple's northern facade. This block bears an Urartian cuneiform inscription. So it's in Urartian, but it's using cuneiform. 6 rows. These inscriptions indicate the site's significance as a temple. So it's just talking about the temple, but I don't see a translation here. Here's part of it as well. If I go back to Turkey, I went to Western Turkey this year, which the travel series will be coming out next month. But I'd like to go back to go to Eastern Turkey so I can visit, among other things, Urartu. Yeah. Cool. Yes, it is cool. What language is in Urartian? Yes. Marianne, oh yes, you missed a little bit, but we've got some more to come. We're just going through some interesting archaeology and history news from October. Yeah. All right. Let's take a look at another discovery. Right here. Large 7-room building emerges from underwater. It sounds like it's like coming out of the water, but that's not exactly what happened. The ruins of an ancient, sprawling 7-room building were recently discovered off the coast of an island in Greece. Now, the water level did go down, but they've been conducting excavations there. This is on the island of Salamis. It's called Salamina today. Salamis is what it was called in ancient times. I don't know if you've heard of it, but there was a famous battle there during the Second Greco-Persian War. But yes, there was a city on the island, and part of it is now underwater. So they just found this building here. Yeah, I know there's not a whole lot left of it, but they found some objects here as well, okay, including a 4th century BCE inscription, some other artifacts here. So yeah, it's a minor discovery, I guess, but it's a whole building from underwater. I like it whenever they find things from underwater because it shows that underwater archaeology is going strong. All right. Let's take a look at another. Courtney, you want to learn cuneiform? I highly recommend it. Yes. All right. Now, what else we got here? Oh, I got some more. Oh, I have some more pictures from that same discovery that I probably should show you. You can see a little bit better. Notice this here? So from that same discovery at Salamis we're talking about. So this is another article on it. And I think there's some better pictures here. Well, this is a close-up of the one you already saw. You can see a little bit more. Okay, that's good enough. All right, so the next one I want to show you is from Brazil. Drought in Brazil's Amazon reveals ancient engravings. Yeah. So check out this here. So the water level went down, revealing cave carvings. So there's a face here. I think we can blow that up. Check that out. Pretty cool. And here you can see where it is. You notice how so it's really down near the water. And this is the archaeologist in charge of the excavations. they're not really excavations, the analysis, I guess you could say. And this is the whole area that was recently uncovered. And I think I have an even better, oh, do I? Yeah, I have an even better picture. Let's take a look at that. Sometimes an article doesn't have the best photos, so I have to put 2 articles. So let's go to that one. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so look at this one. That's pretty cool. There's the one you saw. Oh, I guess that's it. So just this one picture here. So more things come to light. It's always fascinating when we find these things. I know some of you, I was expecting some of you anyway, to ask about the footprints, but that's a little bit before my time. But that's a great discovery that's been verified. Okay, so let's take a look now at another part of the world. Where haven't we been yet? We haven't been to China, have we? I think I have one here from China. Yeah. A rare sheep carriage and ancient chariots found near mausoleum of China's first emperor. The first emperor of China, I don't know if you know, is Qin Shi Huangdi. He was quite a character. This is in the 3rd century BCE. And they found a sheep carriage near his mausoleum. I don't know if it was part of the mausoleum. It might not be, but 2 items, actually. A 6-sheep carriage and a 4-wheeled wooden chariot. Now, they're not in the best condition, if you take a look here. So here's one of them. Basically, the wooden parts are all gone, but they have the accoutrements that are still here. And then there's the other one here. They are interred, as you can see. So they are part of a tomb. But yeah, people got buried often with their vehicles, okay? So that's pretty cool. So that's a new discovery from China. China is another place, like Egypt, where there are constant discoveries being made. So it's really cool. Usually every year in China, tons of new objects have been found. Any thoughts about any of the last few I did? How big is that 4-wheeled chariot? Oh, I don't know the exact size. Does it say? Does it say how much it is? Trying to find a size here. Doesn't say. Doesn't say. So I guess we can only guesstimate here right now, but I'm not sure. Sorry. Wayne, thank you so much. $20 to help feed you, Dr. Miano. Love your stuff. Want to keep you going. I appreciate that very much, Wayne. Very grateful. Thank you. As well as everybody who has supported the channel, not only today, but even in the past. The concept of a sheep carriage rather than a horse carriage is weird to me. I know, isn't it, Marianne? But they had 6 sheep pulling it. So, but I guess these are lighter chariots. They're not for war or anything like that. They're just to get around in, I suppose. Yeah. Lars, 199 super sticker. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. You're the best. That looks like it was made with precision lost laser technology. Maybe. Yeah. 6 sheep power. Yes. Thanks, Lars. Appreciate that. All right. Let's take a look at another discovery. I did all the biggest ones first, but anyway, there are still some cool ones here I think that are worth sharing with you, even if they're not like the greatest discoveries in the world. Okay. Oh, this is another one from Egypt. So let's take a look at that. 5,000-year-old wine jars, sealed. Okay. Yes, folks, the wine is still in the jars. Can you believe that? 5,000-year-old wine found in ancient Egypt. Archaeologists have discovered hundreds of large ancient jars that contain remains of 5,000-year-old wine. I'm sure they are partly dried up, of course. I don't know if anyone has even decided to taste them, but I don't think so. Many of the wine jars are in a good state of preservation, and some remain unopened with their stoppers still intact. The jars were found to contain organic residue that the researchers interpreted as the remains of... Oh, so maybe no real liquid left in it? They did find some well-preserved ancient grape seeds, though, inside the jars. Here are the jars here. I hate these ads. And here's where they found them, in the tomb. My mouse is starting to lose power. Okay. This is all done by the German Archaeological Institute in Cairo. It's a German-Austrian mission that discovered the wine jars. I guess that's the only pictures, but that's pretty cool, huh? Making wine back in ancient Egypt. They also made beer, too. 5,000 years old. If you're wondering the age of this, what's 5,000 years old? We're talking about First Dynasty? Yeah, First Dynasty. Maybe slightly before. So, pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. The moisture may be seeped out. Yeah, that's possible, Marianne, through the clay. Yeah. More like vinegar now. That's right, Glenn. Dolphin-pulled water sled would be nice. Dolphin. Yes, a dolphin-pulled water sled. How about that? The first emperor of China was featured in the Jet Li movie Hero. It was nominated for Best Foreign Language Movie Oscar. Ah, okay. Was it ceremonial, or did they just forget where they put it? The wine? Oh, no. This is all to take with you into the next life, okay? You're going to go to the afterlife, you got to bring some stuff with you. So, yeah, that's what the wine was for. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Can you believe all of these were just announced this month? I mean, that's how much is going on in the world of archaeology, folks. Okay, a lot. Okay, how about this one? Exceptional 1,800-year-old sarcophagus unearthed in France. It held a woman of special status. So this is a Roman-era sarcophagus, 2nd century. Okay, it's a woman's tomb. And here's the sarcophagus. Okay, it's not huge, but it was intact, meaning, yeah, the bones were still inside of it. Unlooted, unopened, 2nd century. Made out of limestone. Had 8 iron clasps. You can see in the picture where the clasps went. Yeah. And 1,700 pound, I guess it's the lid. The lid is 1,700 pounds. Yeah. They x-rayed the sarcophagus first. Then they put a camera down into it, and that's where they saw the skeleton and the grave goods. Okay, so here's a scan, I guess, of the woman in the sarcophagus. This computer scan. Yeah. It's 5 feet. So she was kind of short, although it's just a skeleton. I don't know if her whole body's intact, it looks like. Yeah. Oh, and here we go. Anyway, that's pretty cool. Roman sarcophagus. Everyone always talks about Egyptian sarcophagi, but the Romans had amazing sarcophagi. You wouldn't believe how good they are. So I love Egypt, but the Roman sarcophagi are way better than the Egyptian ones. Okay, I mean, we're going into later times when they got better at it. Okay. All right. I think I only got like 1 or 2 more to share with you. Oh, Trout, thank you for the $10. Which place and era do you find most captivating? Well, it changes, of course, but I always have a soft spot for the ancient Near East, Mesopotamia, Iraq, Iran, the Levant, that whole area. I love it. So that would be what I love the most. But I also love Egypt, and I love Turkey, and I love I love Rome and Greece and China and India and the Americas, the Maya and Olmecs. And I mean, I love everything. Sorry. Somewhere in Texas, $20. Thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate it. I really need that. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. How many more do I have? I got just one more? Is this my last one? This might be my last one. Byzantine Greek inscription of Psalms 86 found in Hyrcania. You can see a little bit of it here. What's Hyrcania? Hyrcania is near Jerusalem. Okay, it's in the Judean desert, in the northern Judean desert. And so this is not far, actually, from Qumran, where the Dead Sea Scrolls were found. But Hyrcania was where there was a Hasmonean dynasty fort. I don't know if you know much about the history of the area, but the Hasmonean dynasty, this was in the years just before Jesus. Okay, we're talking about the first centuries BCE. Jewish dynasty ruling Judea after they had achieved independence from the Seleucids, and before they were taken over by the Romans. So there's a short period of time in between Seleucid rule and Roman rule, and that's when this is from. And Hyrcania was named after John Hyrcanus, okay, who was a high priest, I believe. Wait, he might also have been a ruler. But anyway, so here we find remains from this fort, and archaeologists have been working there. And here we have an inscription, which is a little bit of the Psalms. They've been able to identify it as Psalm 86. But we have a little bit more of information about it here. Oh, and here is the area. I'm not going to play the YouTube video, but here is what the whole site looks like. It's on top of a pretty large hill, as you can see. So, yeah. This is the pilot season of them working here. So this is the first year of excavations at the site. Yeah. Dr. Oren Gutfeld, I guess, is in charge, I'm assuming. Okay. So that's another cool discovery. All kinds of things happening in the world of archaeology, everybody. Thank you. I would like to do a live stream with you on debunking pseudo-history on my channel. Oh, what's the name of your channel? How do you say your name? Sarvaka? Carvaka? Let me know. But thank you for the donation. I very much appreciate it. Please debunk modern archaeology. Well, when you say archaeology, debunking archaeology, that's like saying debunking history or debunking science. Archaeology is a practice. It's a method. It can never be debunked. It will always exist, right? Archaeology will always exist. You might not like how it's done. If you want criticism about how it's done, maybe that's what you're talking about. But I think what you're probably talking about is you don't believe what archaeologists say, and so you want me to support that, which I won't do. Dr. Miano, what's your opinion of Bhutan? Well, I just had a friend come back from there, Maria. Said it was wonderful. I don't know how much archaeology is there. Couldn't really do a whole travel series on Bhutan, I don't think. But maybe I can include it if I do some other countries in that area. And I heard it's kind of difficult to get in and out of, but I heard it's a great country. What language, Brent? Oh, it looks like Greek. Yeah, looks like Greek. So it'll be the Greek version of the Bible. Yeah. All right. What else we got here? Love your work, Mr. Miano. Thank you. What are your thoughts on all the new geoglyphs being found in the Amazon? I talked about them a little bit earlier. Fantastic. Can't wait till we find out more and what they're all about. It's exciting, TNT. It's very exciting. Yeah. What do you think of non-modal? Well, that's I could do a whole video on that, Grycycle, but to put it in a nutshell, what I think of it, I think that what we have on top is absolutely fascinating, but digging down below it and then dating dirt and then saying like, oh, it must be as old as the dirt, I think that's a little bit weak. Yeah. The Hasmoneans were Hellenized Jews. That's correct. Yes. Dr. M, have you ever looked into the Zapotec site of Monte Alban in the Central Valley of Oaxaca? Seems to be overshadowed by the much more famous and later Aztec and Maya ruins. That's true, Ron. I'd like to do more on the Zapotecs, and if I go to that area, I definitely will. Maybe I'll do a video on them anyway, but very cool culture, definitely. Yes, Graham Hancock did go back on Rogan. I've been watching a little bit of that. Prague. In October 2023, I myself discovered your videos from 2019. Ooh, an ancient discovery. Thank you, Stan. Yeah, so anyway, everybody, I hope you enjoyed hearing about what some of the things have been going on in the field of archaeology and history. I just want to emphasize, and by the way, we're going to do this every month. In November, I'm going to tell you all the new discoveries in November. And you know what? There's going to be just as many, because that's how much archaeology is being done. There's just so much to do, so much to find, so many new discoveries, always updating history. That's why, students hate it that their textbooks get updated every 2 or 3 years, but that's why, because you have to, okay? Yeah, especially in the field of ancient history. All right. Great stream. Thank you, TNT. Thank you, everybody. We will catch you next month. If you haven't seen my latest videos this week, like the one on Göbekli Tepe, check it out. And I got a new one coming out in a few days on the Sea Peoples. Oh, you like the Sea Peoples? Yeah. Stay tuned. All right. We'll catch you later.